Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8.
What the hell?
7.
We lost.
6.
That's all right. We had a good fight.
3.
And
Two.
set it off.
1.
Fact is,
Go.
this up. I'd say keep motherfucking pounding. Diesel Skills, my friend. How we doing this great, beautiful Monday?
I'm doing really good. Still proud of my Carolina Panthers and everything that they were able to accomplish during the season. All the growth that we saw. A team that never quit, that never gave up. Started out 0-2, got wrote off. Had 90% chance that they would not make the playoffs, and they still did. They won the division and made a great showing versus the Rams.
That's right. Jake, my friend, I heard I heard you banged up a little bit, brother. Tell us all
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. I kind of Saturday after the game, I kind of went down steps and slipped a little bit, and I kind of figured I just jammed it. But a couple days later, I fear it's broke. But hey, I'm gonna deal with it, and I'm gonna keep pounding just like our players do.
That's a fact, brother. That's a fact. A little combat engineer there. Uh, Cole, my friend, how are you?
Hello, Panther Pickle. I am doing just fine. I'm doing a lot better than I usually would on a Monday after a playoff loss. We have a lot of things to be thankful and look forward to.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we're happy, but uh, we'll we'll go over Princely. We'll hear what Mr. Princely says because apparently he ain't real happy about things. Oh, by the way, this is courtesy of Carolina Blitz. I want to say that specifically. It is courtesy of Carolina Blitz. We thank her for her input and her hard work every day.
To improve the pass rush.
Improve it.
I'm not trying to ask loaded questions.
I feel you. How can I put this, bro?
Thank Vashti Hurts from Carolina Blitz for this information.
I'm not trying. I'm really not trying to. But that was a struggle for
And I
this.
don't think it has anything to do with our pass rush. Yeah, I don't think it had. Like, I see a lot of things on social media, guys like, we need to sign this guy, get some pass. It has nothing to do with the players.
You saying the talent is there?
Yeah, the talent is 100% there.
The last defensive series.
Yeah.
When explain to me the theory behind the defense or the prevent defense in those situations.
I don't have an explanation.
Okay. Thanks, Prince. How would you describe your rookie?
Okay, so that tells me, in my opinion, that he number one, he don't like to prevent defense at all. For the last month, I've been telling folks that Princely should be starting instead of DJ Wanham. Now, was that because I think Princely is so great and he's ready to break apart, break loose, and have a breakout month? Not really. That's just you get to a point when your current starter is inefficient. And take away a few selected incidents where he actually came through. DJ Wanham's overall been a complete utter bust here. He really hasn't. This season has been like a waste for him. He just shows up. He don't get no pressure. We can blame Evero for that, but I mean, I was raised to believe and to understand. You have to beat your one-on-one matchups. Back when Julius Peppers was a rookie in the early days, they didn't need to develop a different scheme just to put him in. When Mike Rucker was opposite of him and he had to get sacks, he beat his man in upcoming and did it. When Charles Johnson was here, he beat his man. When Greg Hardy was here, he beat his man. Just like Greg Olson beat the linebackers and the safeties and became a very good tight end. Just like Steve Smith beat corners and safeties to become the elite receiver he was. Just like T Mac just like Monday when Jalen Coker was beating his guys and to get the 130 some yards he got. Um, our defensive linemen have to beat the guy in front of them. And Cole, they're just not doing it to me. They flat out are not doing it. And I think that's the problem. Now, I respect Princely and I understand that he don't really want competition here because he probably thinks that,
Spot on.
just let me get in there and I'll show you how it's done. But what do you think?
I'm right there with you. I think he was trying to just not get himself in trouble. What he was saying was right then, but there's so many words. It felt like if I'm on the field, we're not going to have these problems. I need to be on the field more, and we'll have a pass rush, and we'll have a pass rush going forward. And I don't want you to go draft somebody and replace me. That's how I felt as well. I know people are
Right.
interpreting it multiple different ways. I don't know if he was necessarily shooting shots at Avero. Maybe a little bit of it he was blaming on the scheme, but I think he was looking at it more as a me thing, which I mean I can't really blame him. You start
Right.
talking about that, and you're talking about affecting his money and reps and snaps and stuff like that. Yeah, I understand completely.
That was a lot of the same thought that I had about it, Cole. It was like, number one, don't draft anybody because I need to get some more reps, And then
Mm-hmm.
he shared that high impact play breakdown, and he was number 7 on the list of all rookies. Remember that Princey shared that
Right.
today or yesterday, also. So I definitely took that in that manner. Like, don't bring more competition in here because I can grow and develop into this. And then number two, I did strongly pick that up, Pickle, that he didn't believe in that scheme, and it was because of the
Mm-hmm.
smile and the look he gave when Sheena asked about, or excuse
Right.
me, when Vashti asked about the prevent defense. He was like, "Oh, I can't
Right.
explain that. It doesn't make any sense. That's what I can't explain it." You know what I mean? That's what it felt like to me. He was
Yes.
saying, "I'm not trying to put words in a man's mouth. I know he doesn't want to badmouth his coach, but the fact of the matter is, we were one of the lowest in the NFL as far as pass rushing percentage. We didn't send blitzers a lot. We didn't send pressure a lot. We sent a lot of pressure against the Rams in that particular game, but otherwise throughout the season we were one of the lower teams to really send heat after the quarterback, and maybe that was a hint at that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I could interpret it that way also. That maybe we
Right.
need to blitz more and send more people after the
Right.
quarterback to generate some pressure. Because it's like we said a couple of weeks ago when we spent the whole week really digging down to in this Avero thing because we didn't know what was going on in the contract. It was some really good discussions, but in a lot of ways, it feels like Avero is like, well, with the guys I've got, the best we can do is sit back and keep the play in front of us. And it really does feel like that might be the strategy. I don't know that it is, but it certainly does feel that way, especially in that last drive against the Rams. So those are my thoughts on what he had to say, Pickle.
All right. Cole, what's up, brother? Or Jake, what do you think, sir?
I mean, I'm right there with y'all, but we talked about it a little bit the other day. I think Princely should have got more playing time, and I also think that
I,
he would have
I
benefited with
can't
having
hear anything.
he would
Go
have
All right.
out and come back
You
benefited
guys
in.
are talking and I can't hear you.
All right.
Go out and come back in.
Go out and come back in, brother.
he would have benefited with having his hand in the dirt, so to speak, more so than standing up on a defensive line. I always even thought of that about Julius Peppers because you got to remember early in Julius Peppers' days, they had him as a covers linebacker as well, not more so than having his hand in the dirt all the time. And in the latter years, he had to have his hand in the dirt more so because he's just his. I mean, he was still an athletic freak, but it kind of dwindled a little bit. But so he had to have, he had to be more on the defensive line, so to speak, than playing back. And I just think that he should do that the same way to Princely right now and early in his career, no matter what the system is right now.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
agree, Jacob.
I agree. I agree. And not listen. I understand Evero's got a. I've said it for long. He's got a bad defensive system. He really does. But they re-signed him for a 2-year deal, so we're kind of stuck with him unless he gets a head coach job. Go Raiders! You really need to hire this man as your head coach. But uh, you know, um, all I can hope for, all I can hope for is we get guys that can beat their one-on-ones. Because when I see our defense and I see 4 or 5 guys lined up against the offensive line, and they're not beating their one-on-one matchups, I have trouble blaming Rivero for that in itself.
There's some things you cannot blame on Rivero. Man on man, stuff like that, physicality. He ain't out there doing that shit.
Right.
There's a reason we're not in man coverage every single play, people.
I mean,
you need to realize that.
We paid Turk how much to a point that he can't beat his one-on-one matchups.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's part of my issue. You know, were they? Yes, a regular, a good DC will draw up schemes or fits to move folks around to get these one-on-one matchups going. Yeah, but we're just not doing that right now. So Rivero just doesn't do that, and so until they decide to move on from him or somebody else hires him, we're kind of stuck at where we're at.
Yeah, I'm surprised they did that. They really took him and gave him a 2-year extension after having the worst season in NFL history. That's something else, you know. And the other thing is, Rivera is not responsible for those arm tackles either. And a lot of the yards we gave up on the ground was due to just straight arm tackling, not smart tackling from the team. So
right.
Not good fundamentals. And I promise you, Rivera is teaching them better than that. You know, even though we may not be the biggest fans of the guy, you know, that vast improvement this year to get to middle of the pack. I would think that they've got that continuity is what really matters inside that locker room. I'm assuming from Dave and Dan, that's what they value the most, and that's why they put the team in the position they did. Just betting that if they gave him time and they gave him a handful of better players, he could do more with it. And he most certainly did. And one thing I guess that kind of grates my nerves about the system, I know the chat, especially Troy Steele, is talking about getting back towards the 4-3. And believe me, everybody on the panel here wants that also.
Oh, yeah. I agree, sir.
Yeah, we're with you. But, you know, I'm tired. It's like finally at the end of the season, DJ Wanham got a PBU, a pass breakup, and it was just so many plays he gave up trying to be in coverage. And he's not built for it. And finding the guys that are built to be pass coverage and pass rushers, it's just going to be a real chore to find somebody that can do those things that Rivera is looking for, at least in my opinion, because they get put in some really awkward situations with backs coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Troy Steele. Thank you, Kyle. Everybody else that's listening and comment. Appreciate all y'all.
Real quick, guys. Rico had some comments to say about his lack of usage and his upcoming free agency. Let's listen to what he had to say, and then we'll comment. Maybe.
Definitely got to take all that into account for sure. So, you know, it is what it is. I only control what I can control, and go from that. But that definitely plays a factor.
Why do you think your reps got cut?
No idea.
They never give you an explanation. How does that? Could you just expand on how that'll be part of your thinking?
Just obviously for me, just want to be a guy to go out there and just get the ball, trying to let it run. Have it, like I said, I think my game just shows like the more I get throughout the game, the stronger, the better I get. So just want to take that into consideration from how it played out the last couple weeks. But you know, we got 2 great guys in the backfield, so you know it'd be hard sometimes. The coach got to just find a way to figure it out. So it's just definitely got to take all that into account for sure. So you know, it is what it is. I only control what I can control, and go from that. But that definitely plays a factor.
Why do you think your reps got cut?
No idea.
They never give you an explanation.
All right, you restart.
How does that?
Yeah.
Could you just expand on how that'll be part of your thinking?
Just obviously for me, just want to be a guy to go out there and just get the ball, trying to let it run. Have it, like I said, I think my game just shows like the more I get throughout the game, the stronger, the better I get. So just want to take that into consideration from how it played out the last couple weeks. But we had two great guys in the backfield, so it'd be hard sometimes. The coach got to just find a way to figure it out. So we definitely got to take all that into account for sure. So it is.
All right,
I
Pickle,
don't
kill the
control what
video.
I can
I'm about to
control.
say we might hear this
That
3 more
definitely
times.
plays a factor.
Jesus
Why do you
Christ, what's
think the
going on?
refs got cut?
All right, guys. Yeah, Rico had a few good games where he got some good yardage, and then the handoff dwindled because Chuba got healthy and he had to share the workload. But at the same time, he was getting banged up a little bit here and there. And today, I went back and looked at his stats when he was with the Cowboys. He did exactly the same thing when he had those 1,000 yards. He had a few good games. He had a bunch of yards, and then his body didn't hold up and he dwindled off. I personally wish him all the luck in the world. I just don't think he's going to find what he wants. I don't think he's the bell cow that he wants himself to be.
You
He got a
know,
lot more. I was just gonna say he had a lot more touchdowns with us compared to the Cowboys. But and I'm with
Yes,
you.
he did.
I wish him the best. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, how many interviews did we see of him and Chuba Hubbard asking about the two back system, and they were both fine with it. Both of them, not just one or the other. They were both completely fine with running a two back system.
and
Right.
the thing about that is, Jake, and he always said the right thing, and shout out to Rico for that. He never did say. He said he didn't know why the carries diminished, but that's not that negative. He never did really say anything negative. He was a good teammate, seriously,
He was.
and wish him luck. If he wants to go somewhere else, it certainly does sound like it. And like Pickle said, I don't know if he finds it because with the blistering pace that he was on, it's not. We know good and well he couldn't keep up 200 yards a game. No running back in the NFL can continue that type of pace, and it had to drop off at some point, and it just made sense to give Chuba some carries when it did. And I don't, I guess he didn't see it that way, but as a fan, and the way Dave put it, Dave is like, Chuba's talented, we got to get him the ball, and it all made a lot of sense to me that when the yards per carry went down was the big thing for me. We were running for more than four, and then we go down to three or barely above three. It's time to back down the carries. It's time to back down the load. You need to give some carries somewhere else. Cole, do you kind of feel the same way, or?
I do. I do. These. I mean, we were screaming for Rico at certain points during the season, but then we slowed down his pace. I feel like a little bit, and then he got the ball. Like it wasn't a matter of him not getting the ball. I just don't feel like the production was there. I kind of did a 180 on what I wanted with Rico in the middle of the year. I thought for sure it would be a long term back here. I believe he's heading up the road.
What's up, D Money? How are you doing today, sir? We can hear you, D Money. We got you. Go ahead.
I don't think he can hear us though, Pickle.
Yeah, so that he's not catching the cue that you're telling him to go ahead because he can't hear you.
Okay. Kyle,
Kyle,
can
can you
you hear
hear
me,
us?
brother?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
My camera and
Oh,
my computer's not working, but it's whatever.
um, yeah, we were talking about Rico. Kind of. I don't know if you've heard his uh complaint. But
Oh yeah, he's gone.
yeah, yep,
He's gone, 100%. Because he wants to be the bell cow. He wants to be the three downs. It's in his hands. Like, and he ain't gonna split carries and do no dumb shit and have Canales try. Well, one series you're going to do this, and one series you're going to do this, and two plays you're going to do this, and then you're going to switch over. Like Canales doesn't know how to work two running backs. Like as we've seen, we saw it. So I mean,
right.
Rico's just going to go do his thing, man.
That's
He's
it.
done enough.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And I Jonathan Brooks will be healthy next year. Um, I figure they'll add a vet at some point somewhere, but I wouldn't think it'd be a high price vet. A high price vet. The only reason why we got Rico is because he would agree to take a job that was so low cost, I guess to say.
Right.
I'll say this though, and y'all can agree or disagree, but that Jonathan Brooks injury, the second injury, if it don't happen, I don't think we re-sign Rico, y'all. I really don't. I think they go in with Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks in the season. And just like this all season, I don't believe we're going to sign a running back or even draft one unless they move off of Chuba Hubbard and they like trade him and then they sign a running back in the free agency. Other than that, I think they're going to run with Jonathan Brooks, Chuba, and ETN.
Right. Um.
True statement, but a terrible idea.
Hey, I didn't say it was smart. I'm just saying that's what I see the team doing.
Right. Right. Exactly. So, which I mean, and I said it in the post game show. I think I did, or I thought about it. Maybe with Ickey hurt, and Ickey will miss at least, I think, most of, or at least half of the season next year. Maybe it's time the Panthers really start working more to a balanced offense and kind of steer less of the run first. I really think this offense is built for more of a passing and less of a running, or it seems like to me.
Well, I mean, what I'm looking at is they got the free agents Rico Dowdle, Cade Mays, Austin Corbett, Josh Neiman or
Right,
Nyman, Brady Christensen, and Jake Curhan. So that's 5 offensive linemen and a running back. You
right,
know what I mean? Like they have the
right.
ability to shape it any way they like. To your point,
Exactly. And
but to my dying happiness, uh, Nick Scott is a free agent. Um,
Nick Scott
He
played
surprised
better.
me.
He
Yeah,
played a lot better, but um, if you're telling me I have to put a lot of money into him, nah, he didn't play that good. But
right.
he's approaching 30, I believe, as well, if he's not already
right,
30.
right. It may be hard to see this, but uh, the Panthers free agents, courtesy of David Newton, this year
Yeah.
we have 19 free agents. Austin Corbett, Josh Nyman, Cade Mays, Brady Christensen, and Jake Curhan of the offensive line. Now that gives most of our uh, depth at offensive line, but uh, I wouldn't think it'd be too hard to sign Josh Newman. A lot of folks, when Ickey got hurt, were talking about using him a little next year, and a lot of people went with it. And there's a rumor going around that they're going to use Josh Nyman for Ickey next year. Like I said, that is a rumor. He's not under contract, so he'll have to get under contract before they plan to use him. So he may not want to be here. It's all subterfuge. I do think that they'll bring Cade Mays back. If they don't, they're going to spend a lot more money trying to get Tyler Linderbaum. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. If they let Cade hit the streets just so they can sign that one center, they don't get neither one of them. That's going to be a kick in the nuts. So
And Brady.
Brady, I'm going to let Brady. My personal opinion on Brady Christensen. Uh, I hope he has a nice career somewhere else. Um, I'm kind of full with the guys who are always injured. I'm kind of done with that. Uh,
Right.
because we really have to bring people in that's going to stay healthy consistently. The best ability is availability, and if you're not available, then you really don't mean much. So
So we need some young guys.
right,
And
uh,
I mean, I heard her say, but I agree with Pickle. I mean, I was big on Brady Christian. I loved him since we drafted him, but like 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 Pickle said though, he stays hurt the same way that Austin Corbett stays hurt. I'm fine with both those players walking and us getting some young talent, maybe
right,
somebody in free agency that stays healthy because I mean I get it's the NFL and it is hard to stay healthy, but I mean for the team, for the benefit of our offensive line, you got to stay healthy when it matters the most and you're not helping if
absolutely,
you're out multiple games.
I think.
absolutely.
Do you think DJ or do you think Isaiah Simmons did enough to earn a
Um,
spot?
yeah, I do, but we're gonna go there. We already discussed DJ. Outside linebackers, DJ Wanham and Travis Gibson. DJ Wanham, I've already kind of discussed him. I'm just letting. I personally would just let him walk right out. I wouldn't. I'd say don't have a nice life and don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. Travis Gibson is younger and he actually had some sacks and got some good pressure. Um, I wouldn't break the bank on him, but I would try to keep him around next year.
Right.
Christian Roseboom, he was good against the run. And y'all want to ask you about looking at Christian Roseboom. Claudette Claris and Christian Roseboom are run stoppers.
Yeah.
And they were the only two linebackers, not counting the depth guys like, uh, uh, but that were active Sunday. That doesn't seem logical to me. Christine Barnes is more of a cover linebacker, and he was inactive, a healthy inactive, by the way. Uh, Ekelide Evans, Robert. Well, you can see here.
Caleb, yeah.
Yeah. Now Nick Scott played better than he did. He got a little bit of pat on the backs by a lot of folks in the Panther circles. So I kind of expect he'll ask a little bit more, maybe than what uh, you know. I'm not certain that if our friend G Baby, shout out to him, was on our pregame show, said that he believes Nick will be back because he's an Avero guy. I commented and said, well, if Nick comes back and Wanham comes back, that means I'm gonna put those blames on Dan Morgan because he has to make the contract offers. So, but yeah, Isaiah Simmons, I like him quite a bit. I really do think he has a good head on his shoulders. He's willing to go from special teams to see what happens. And the center Sam Martin. Oh, I think we definitely have got to bring him back. He was
You
really
talking about
good
a
in the
punter?
end. Yeah,
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. Going by the defensive free agents, there's probably two guys on that list I'd bring back,
right.
and that's Christian Roseboom as a backup role for the right money, and then Isaiah Simmons. Pretty much everybody else, I'm letting them walk. Even though I like Gibson was pretty decent too as well,
Right.
but I'm pretty much fine with letting all them other defensive players walk, especially those corners.
Right. Um, and here we got some exclusive rights free agents and some restricted free agents. The restricted free agents, restricted means they can negotiate with somebody else, but the Panthers have the option to match any deal. For example, if Claudette Claris goes to the Raiders and gets an offer for a 2 year, $5 million per year deal, and the Panthers have the right to match that and bring him back here. Uh, I don't think they would though, but you
Nope.
never know. So uh, I do like James Mitchell, but he didn't get a lot of playing time this year, so we'll just have
No,
to.
Mitchell Evans got it.
Yep. The exclusive rights free agents are different. These gentlemen, Jalen Coker and Bryson Tremaine, their rights are opponent to the Panthers. They are like free agents who can only go negotiate with the Panthers. If they decide I don't want to be back in Carolina, too bad. They just go inactive then. So they don't
Right.
really have a choice in the
Who's
matter.
keeping him?
So right, exactly. So
And Jalen Coker's played himself into a number two role, just like they said in the presser.
right, he has. He looked really well, really good.
Yeah, he had an unbelievable playoff game. He really did. That was his emergence game. I mean, he's had some shining every blue moon in games, but that was his true showing of what he could possibly do.
Right. Days, my friend, what do you think, sir?
I don't know how much the Panthers value some of these guys. I mean, I kind of do, like special
Right,
teams. I don't think
right,
they're scared to churn a lot of these special teams guys either. I really
exactly,
don't. I think that's exactly
exactly.
probably is what's going to end up happening. Guys like Income and stuff like that who did contribute on special teams ends up getting churned. I don't know Simmons with that blocking that punt to give us a chance to win. I really thought we won that game when he blocked that punt. I was like, oh man, we just won. We just
Right.
won the game because he blocked that. That's such a Panthers way to win a game too, blocking a punt
Yes.
and then locking it up, and sealing it away. But it didn't happen.
Hmm.
That might have been enough to maybe secure him a spot as a solid special teams guy, backup
Right.
safety. Because I mean, they cut Damani Richardson. They brought Richardson back on the practice squad anyway, but it told
Right.
me they value Simmons more than they did Richardson, and they got a lot of work in Richardson. So I guess they knew what he had to offer, and they knew that it wasn't as much as Simmons. So I don't know, man. I'd say on that linebacking core, probably just redo as much of it as you can. I know Jake said maybe
Right.
keep Roseboom. I know he had a lot of tackles for us. He overrun a lot of tackles for us too. He overrun
Mhm.
Yeah,
some
I'm not.
sacks for us too.
No,
Yeah,
So I mean,
agreed.
I know Jake was saying as a depth player, and he would be a better depth player than we've had in the past. I don't know how many years, 5 probably,
Right.
if we did keep him there. And the offensive line's interesting too. They've got to re-sign Caden Mays. I mean, I understand. I'm kind of with you if they want to let Brady walk. I got you, but they've got to re-sign Caden Mays. And
Right. Exactly.
I don't know how tight they're going to play it. Are they going to play it super tight and try not to spend a lot of money? I mean, we got a lot
Right.
of money this year, finally, right? I mean,
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
than
They
it
they
has
got
been.
around 39-40 million according to Spot Track.
And they can free up
So
more, of course.
and yeah, of course they'll figure out ways to free up more as if they need it. A shout out to Stephen Bailey who says we need to draft a tackle to build depth on the line. A cream curl is the Rams' safety is a free agent, but would be expensive. We need to upgrade D backs as well. Yeah, I like Horn and I like of course Mike Jack a lot. Um, I I kind of agree. I think the depth at defensive back is a need. I wouldn't be afraid to upgrade the nickel though, but we do have Jake. What's our guy sitting on these reserves? I forget his name.
Hey,
Cole, you
Pickle,
remember?
you got to give me a
Corey
second,
Thornton.
brother. You got to give me a
Yes,
second.
that's it. Yeah, Corey Thornton. Yeah. Corey Thornton should be back and healthy, but last year was his rookie year, so I can see him struggle a little bit to come was what they call a sophomore slump. So I definitely would look into building better depth at defensive back. Uh, Safety position. I'm curious to see if they're going to let Wanham have an opportunity. Not Wanham. If they're going to let our young
Ransom,
rookie
Lathan Ransom. Yeah,
Ransom,
Lathan Ransom. There you go.
Latham Ransom have that opportunity? Are they truly going to bring in another safety to take that spot? And listen, if they don't want Latham Ransom to do it, then I'm all for going and getting a very good safety to fit that. And I don't think Nick Scott would be my choice, but you know,
No, I'm not a
I'm
huge
not,
fan either, but
but
they value him more than I do.
yes,
The
you're right.
organization is a
You're
pretty
exactly
big fan of
right.
Nick Scott, and he did
Don't
play. He did play a lot better this year, but
he did
he still missed a bunch of tackles trying to do arm
right?
tackles and stuff. I'm telling you, and overrunning plays and not turning
And
around and looking where the ball's going. That's the most aggravating thing because I know we're in zone, and once the guy runs by you, don't just stand there and look at the quarterback. You got to turn around and look where their man is too. It's just they frustrate me to no end in that defense, but. I don't know, man. Remember when Dave Canales announced that he said, "Yeah, Nick Scott," and then everybody was like, "Oh no, why would Dave Canales say that?" And it was just like the worst thing ever. But he kind of proved what he was saying. He is a glue guy to that defense, a good communicator, I guess, veteran presence.
Right.
But I agree. I think that could be easily upgraded. I mean, I don't even think you'd have to use your first round pick. You probably use your second or third round pick and upgrade that. But that's just my opinion. It doesn't
Right,
mean
exactly.
anything or have any bearing on what Dan Morgan or the
Right,
Panthers think.
right. And I do agree about offensive tackle. I really do. I thoroughly believe that it's needed. And listen, it depends. We picked 19. If if a top 10 offensive if a top 10 tackle drops in our lap, I don't think we should turn that away. We'll figure out what to do with Ickey when he gets healthy later. Um, I thoroughly mean that. I mean, I think that's what better teams do. We did that at linebacker multiple years. It turned out for the best. Uh, we've done it at offensive line. I like that idea quite a bit. You know, I would preferably draft a offense or a inside linebacker with the first pick, but that's me, and I don't know how the board's going to fall when the draft comes. So, what do you think, Cole?
I am the same way, my good friend. I was just sitting here thinking about if Allen from Georgia, if he could play inside linebacker or not. I really hadn't done my homework, but that's going to be the two positions I'm keen on heavy for the first round as well.
Right,
Tackle
right,
and
absolutely.
linebacker is good talk.
I mean, it's in a position to draft like the first linebacker down there at 20. I mean, that's a good spot to do it if that guy's on the board that you're looking for. But at the same time, like you said, the third best tackle could drop all the way to 20 or something like that, and then you're in a real conundrum. And are they just looking to go BPA, just best player on the board? Maybe would they even consider wide receiver there? I don't know. I mean, I really don't. But I think linebacker and tackle are two good uses um,
Right,
of that pick. And tackle because not only the Icky injury, but the fact that Moten's finishing up his career. He's just got a year or two left. And do you move Icky to that side and he becomes a right tackle after the injury? If you find a good left tackle, I mean, maybe I don't know. Starting out the season with a rookie left tackle though, man, that we've done it before. It can be a bit
right,
hairy. You know
right,
what I mean?
right,
Icky did
right,
good his first season, but I'm sure that it was worrisome to the quarterback, and it's going to be, I'm sure, regardless. In case you just get the top guy, and
right.
they've got some good prospects at tackle that I've seen so far without naming names. And same thing at linebacker. There's some guys there that could definitely help this team on both sides of the ball, whether it's offense or defense.
Right, right. And I mean, there's going to be some quality left tackles available. Um, that's going to hit free agency come March. Um, you know, uh, Jake Curhan and Josh Nyman can both play offensive tackle. We asked Jake when he was here to play guard, but he can play tackle. Um, the Green Bay's Rasheed Walker would be a good selection. Um, Braxton Jones from Chicago would be another excellent suggestion. Some of them guys can play tackle, but you bring a free agent in, more than likely you're going to have to sign him to more of a to more than just a 1 year deal till Ickey gets back. But Ickey also is also getting ready next year. He'll be working on his 5th year option money. So Cole? Do you offer Ickey a contract? uh, a long term deal, or do you wait and talk about that after he's healthy?
I wait Pickle as much as I'm a homer of Icky because of where he played college football. I'm investing in the future in case he doesn't come back the same. I hope he
Right.
does, but it's just a 1 year thing until he can prove that he's healthy. I'm not pulling the trigger until he gets back on the field and plays damn near the whole season without an injury.
Absolutely. Deez, what's your opinion on that, sir?
As far as Icky coming back from injury,
Right, and
And
what's on his
contract,
5th year and his contract situation?
tell
Would
you,
you
slow,
wait?
slow play him, slow play the
Right,
quarterback contract and his.
right,
Just not to not do anything, but to do the 5th year option, then wait and see what happens.
right.
Because it's a touch and go
Yeah,
situation. Um, not necessarily on Bryce, but I think if you slow play it, then you find out more where the contract should be. Just give him some more time to perform, because this should be our best season, right? We're building up to this 2026 season, so the 5th year options on them, and then let's see what goes down, and if we perform like we think we're going to perform, then let's pay him. You know what I mean? And if the wheels fall off them, maybe we need to go in another direction. So I like the slow play on this and just kind of see how this kind of pans out. I feel good about it though.
Right, absolutely.
Both positions. I mean, I've got all the faith, especially
Yes,
with Ickey being a hometown guy. Like I want him to
right,
work out the most, of course, because
Me too.
right,
we want our guys from Charlotte to be successful and be Panthers. So.
right. And Icky did okay. I would prefer my left tackles to be more of a pass blockers. Uh, but I mean, anyway, it's kind of water under the bridge now. So, and Taylor Moton's contract is set to expire after the 2027 season. So, if you have to go draft a tackle, um, you're kind of drafting a swing guy, maybe a left tackle for this coming season, and then a swing tackle later, unless you just unless when it. But if that rookie or whoever, if you sign a free agent, looks so good at left tackle, I don't think you should rush Ickey back when he's healthy. I think you take your
Oh, yeah.
time and see how he plays at right tackle.
Yeah, if
That's what I
everything
would
pans
prefer.
out, yeah, and if
Right,
you're putting big investments, big assets into getting that left tackle to start
right,
the season, then absolutely, I agree 100%. But I
right.
don't know that they're going to go that direction. You know, they may
Yeah,
get a
right.
later round guy. I don't know if they wait till the second, third, fourth. It's hard to
Absolutely, you're
say.
right.
It depends
You're
on who
right.
they really target and who they really like. You know, it's kind of like with
Right,
Ransom. We waited forever to draft him, but that's because we knew where he was going and we knew that we wanted him. So
right,
they could
right,
do the same thing with a tackle and then kind of want him to develop, maybe start a Nyman or something like that, and then
right.
he's more of this developmental type guy who really could take the reins when Moton retires or when that contract's up, or who
It's not a
knows.
bad idea either way, Deez. You use it
No,
for Icky or you don't. You stash him worst case scenario for when you need him.
Right.
no, investing in this offensive line is a great idea, especially with all the freaking injuries we took this year. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mad about any pick they make with on the offensive line. I
Nah,
mean, we were just
can't
beaten
be.
and bruised from the get go on the offensive line. It was kind of ridiculous, to be honest.
Right. Kyle, what do you think, sir?
Oh, I'm just so I don't know, man. I'm looking at what they're gonna need throughout the off season. Then
Right.
I'm not uh I'm not sure.
I understand. I do immensely. Well, today the news broke that and I'm unprepared. I didn't even pull up. I'll just tell you, our assistant quarterbacks coach is being interviewed by the Commanders for their quarterbacks coach this week, as
Nice.
well as Ivero is interviewing with the Falcons and the Raiders for their head coach job.
Yes.
Also, don't Mike Kay said, do not be surprised if our passing game coordinator Conley gets a few calls as well. That rumor is in the league that he'll get a few calls about an offensive coordinator job.
Nice.
Oh well, we're not getting comp picks for that though. For
No,
those lower positions.
the only comp picks we'll get is if Ivero gets hired by head coach, we'll get 2 third-round picks. And then it's my understanding it's the team option on how they use it. If Canales and Dan say, give me both this year, they can take that. If they say, I want one this year and one next year, or give me one this year and one 2 years from now, they can do that. It's entirely a team option, how they use them 2 third-round
I
picks.
believe I'd go ahead and use that shit.
I would too, myself personally.
Yeah, the way the draft's looking, I would.
But
And I don't think this, honestly, from what I've seen so far, I don't think this is a weak draft. But as I was saying in that one chat, that you really don't know how good a draft is until after a year, or maybe possibly 2 years, really.
right, absolutely right.
Some people even say 3, Jacob.
Yeah.
2's a solid
Right.
number for me personally, though.
Hey, there's some good available ex-head coaches and defensive coordinators that are out there that will not get a job as a head coach. So that part out there's quite a many of those out there. Not everybody's going to go work as a head coach. Um,
I gotta get back in the stats. I'm way behind in information.
Mike, the Dolphins' ex-head coach is interviewing for some head coach jobs, but he's also interviewing with the Lions as their offensive coordinator. I think he'll end up taking the Lions' offensive coordinator job.
Damn, that'd be a good spot.
Yeah.
Because it's my understanding, chatting with the Lions fan today, that the Lions are prepared to offer him head coach money to come be an offensive coordinator. And if you're going to get paid like a head coach but only have to worry about the offense,
that might be a going trend in the future, Pickle. You can never tell.
Right.
Dan Campbell and Mike McDaniels, that's crazy combination.
That'd be wild, wouldn't
it? That would make that offensive, I mean, that would take their offensive system to a whole nother level. It really would.
Right. Now, tonight, the Texans are taking on the Steelers in it's in Pittsburgh, isn't it? Because the Steelers won their division. All right, who y'all got?
You know who I got. I was the lone wanderer. I picked the Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the script writers have Aaron Rodgers going deep for his final season.
I hope they break that. If I'm a football player and I know the script, I'm going to break the script just to see the NFL freak out. Right last minute. Cole, who you got?
Peyton Wilson, Pittsburgh Steelers. Shocking.
Geez, who you got?
I always pull for the old quarterbacks. It doesn't matter who it is.
Oh wow!
I don't care if it's Joe Flacco.
Wow.
Whoever it is, even Tom Brady in his last hurrah with the Bucks, we weren't going to do anything, so I was pulling for him to win that. I always pull for the old quarterbacks to come through and show that they still got it one more time. So yeah, I'm pulling for Pittsburgh tonight, and I can't stand Pittsburgh, but just because of the old quarterback, like when Phillip Rivers came back, like that was awesome. I was pulling for him. I was like, "Come on, Rivers, you can do it. Crank that thing out one more time. You got this, bro."
Yeah.
So I always like that angle of the NFL where the old quarterback comes back and tries to prove it.
I'm going to cheer for the best defense on the field, and that's going to be the Texans. They run a 4-3 traditional defense. I love that. I use it on Madden, and I'm just going to cheer for them because I like their defense. So, Stephen Belly brings an interesting conversation up. I truly never thought of this. I can see him doing that, but I never thought about it. Evero could take a college head coach job if a decent school is open. He might jump. They're paying pretty good these days.
I ain't getting no pick for that though, Pickle. I'm not interested.
Pickle, did you see the thing I sent you on Twitter? It's very interesting. Lil Rock at NASA. I mean, everybody knows him. He's kind of a loose cannon sometimes. But he said something, and Rico Dowdle responded to him.
It's fake.
Yeah, it was a fake.
Yeah, it was a fake.
I believed that for way longer than I should have to. It's okay.
Yeah. That's a Rico faker. It happens. It does happen.
Talking a little bit about this game tonight, though. Don't be surprised though if the Steelers if Aaron Rodgers does get past Houston Texans defense and they advance. Don't be surprised if Steelers make some noise in the playoffs after this game. I mean, really, because I agree with you, Pickle. I believe it's Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks with the best defense remaining in the playoffs.
Right.
I'm just saying, we got hoed in 50.
Sure yeah.
Because that damn old man shit. And they're like, oh, man, they've been in the league 20 years. They got to go out with a bang. Some bullshit.
Yeah, he had to ride off into the sunset, didn't he?
Yeah, I swear. I'm still going to ride on that.
Yeah.
Well, all right, boys. I'm going to hop on out of here.
I appreciate you joining, Kyle, man.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, and I will be back.
Uh-huh.
Keep
Thank
pounding,
you.
brother.
Y'all like, subscribe, and
Share, cut on notification bells, do all the things, hit all the
yeah, that's it.
buttons. Panther Pickle, if he was looking at it, he hit all the buttons because he's a button masher just like myself.
That's it. That's it. Real quick, we'll get off here briefly, watch that game here. But I just want to say, y'all, stick around. I was going to do some positional evaluations, but I'm going to wait and do that next week. I'm still studying some of them, and I'm not ready to do that right now. But we've got a good off season. We'll do that. We'll do that before. We'll do that a good ways before free agency hits. We'll definitely do that before the Super Bowl. So just be patient. We'll get to them. Cole, you got anything you want to bring up?
Yes, I do, Pickle.
Okay.
Everybody come through on Thursday, and we're going to do the end of the season awards. I've just started working on it right now. Going to have my MVP, most improved, everything like that. Appreciate y'all, buddy.
Yes, sir. Blue and Black Attack is the channel. The show live on Monday, Deal With It, hosted by Panther Pickle, and Thursday, the Cole Show, hosted by Cole. So make sure you're tuning in. The Brotherhood edition videos come out. Make sure you're tuning into those. Those are not live shows. Those are videos and other videos we may put out as well. You never know when somebody else may want to step in and have something to say here on the Blue and Black Attack channel. Once again, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and cut on notification bell so you know each and every time the Blue and Black Attack goes live. We've had a great time here tonight, Panther Pickle. Appreciate you hosting, and we're ready to watch some NFL playoff football. And
That's it.
thankful that the Carolina Panthers were a part of this NFL playoffs, and
Absolutely.
proud of our team and the direction it's going, and couldn't be more proud to be a Carolina Panthers podcaster.
Absolutely. Real quick, I want to tell everybody before Jake goes that I told you Greg Roman will destroy Justin Herbert. I told y'all that. Next time, listen to Panther Pickle. Jake, follow up, sir.
I just want to say real quick, prayers up to Ickey to a healthy recovery. Can't wait to get back, young man. Hopefully you have a full recovery. And I just want to say thank you to all the listeners, and thank you, Kyle, for showing up. And I love the direction we got going for us, y'all. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, boys.